So we're going to take a look at the high early cash value product in this video, and we'll demonstrate a situation where an individual plans on paying into the policy until he's 75 years old. So he's starting at age 50, 75 would be 25 years. But then we'll also demonstrate what things look like if he decides to stop funding earlier. We'll look at stopping after 15 years, which will take him up until age 65. And then we'll also show what it looks like if you stop after 5 years, which will be age 55. We'll keep the funding consistent. This way you get the same product with the same dollar amount going in. And the main point I want to hit on here is that this is the exact same product when he's starting on day one. So if this is you and you're presented an illustration that displays you paying into the policy for 25 years, are you locked into that and you have to pay that no matter what? No. This is meant to demonstrate for him, hey, if you want to stop earlier, here's what things look like if you choose after 5 years to stop. Might be 10 years. We can adjust as we go. The dollar amounts might change too, but it's meant to demonstrate one product, but how we can use the flexibility of the policy and pivot as time passes, meaning we do not need to decide everything up front. So let's take a look here. We will look at the high early cash value product, and we'll begin with the 25-year funding option. So we've got a full illustration here. Let's go down to the supplemental values. I like this because it provides a nice breakdown as to where his money is going. So what we've got when we look at this is what? Funding up until age 75 for 25 years. So I'm going to go up just a click here. Perfect. Let's take a look. Here's your annual outlay. This is how much you're paying each year, or funding the policy. I like that verbiage a lot more. Where's your money going? This is the most important piece. The premium, $10,000. Then we've got other riders attached. We've got term insurance, which raises the death benefit and prevents a MEC from occurring. The MEC limit on this policy is just over $100,000. Okay. So we've got term riders, and then the majority is going into PUAs. With Mass Mutual, we've got their LISR and AILR. AILR is their pure paid up additions rider. LISR is a combination of money going toward the cost of a term insurance rider, and then the rest goes into PUAs. But as we look at this, 100 in year one, first year cash value, just about 92%. So this is a cash-rich policy right out of the gates. When's your break-even point, which is the first year that the cash value is equal to or greater than your total payments? How much have you paid in by year 4? 100,000 times 4 years, 400 grand. What's your cash value? Just about 393. Did you break even? No, you did not, because you have less in cash value than your total payments. By year 5, you've paid in how much? 500K. Cash value, 502 and change. That's our break-even point. The first year, the cash value is equal to or greater than our total payments. So in this example, we keep on feeding the beast, 100K per year. Now, let me ask this, if this is you, and life happens when you're 60, and you said, I can't fund 100 anymore, but I don't want to stop. Can I keep adding money just not $100,000? The answer is yes, you can easily do that. You can add just 10 if you wanted, or it's an amount anywhere between 10 and 100. It could be 20,000. If you did want to stop, we could also make it 0. So you've got a lot of flexibility to adjust the dollar amount and the funding period here. But this example, again, displays funding it for 25 years until the experienced age of 75. And this is all based on the present dividend, so this will change over time. We got $4 million in cash value. So wait, death benefit, healthy too, almost 6.4 million. So look at year 15 for me. Cash value, 1.899. Keep that exact number in mind, 1.899. I'm going to go to a different illustration. In year 15, in the net cash value column, is that number any different? No. It's 1.899. What is different about this? If we go back to the last illustration, year 16 will have a different value. Cash value and the death benefit will be significantly less. Here's the difference. Look at your annual outlay column in year 16. Nothing is paid in. So in this example, we're assuming you stop funding the policy altogether. And this is something that we can do. So in this example, same exact policy, same exact design, could have started where the formal contract has the 25-year funding option or forever, but then we choose to stop after year 15. And this is demonstrating what it might look like. I say might look like because dividends will change over time and the values will be different than this. Then what if we take the 5-year option? Oh yeah, here we go. Same thing. Let me go back to the 15 actually. What's your year 5 value? 502,183. Now let's go to the 5-year option. 502,183. What's the purpose of me demonstrating that or pointing that out? The purpose is again to demonstrate that it is the exact same policy. If you're ever looking at a scenario where you're looking at, here's what it looks like if you fund for 5 years, 15 years, or forever. If you've got different values while you're still paying into it, it means that it's set up differently. So the purpose of an exercise like this, we're assuming someone's near the end stage where they know the product they want, they have a solid idea of what they want to do, but they've got some follow-up questions and they're asking, hey, what if I want to stop earlier? What if life happens and I can't fund it quite as long? What would happen? And yeah, we can just tell them what would happen, but if we can show it, that helps. I know it helps me when I can see things because then I can refer back to them later. Because this stuff is very easy to remember, isn't it? Nothing's easy to remember unless we deal with it every day. So here are the 3 options side by side. We've got the 5, 15, and 30-year option. And this is what we just looked at on the detailed illustrations. So what's highlighted in yellow is the break-even point. But when you look at what's highlighted in yellow there, do you see any difference in cash value and death benefit values? No. Beginning year 6 you do, and the reason why is because we're not paying anything into it. So then what we could look at here, if we want to have some fun, is the annual and average internal rate of return. And the annual, what this is, the annual rate of return. I've got IRR here, but it's just a yearly rate of return. This is displaying what the net growth rate is year over year. So for example, let's look at this example, year 10 to 11. I like to look at it with 0 out of pocket because it makes it very, very easy to calculate. I can say, all right, in year 10, I had $615,000. If that grows to $639 and change, that comes out to a 4% return. That's the net growth rate. So if I just have a calculator and say, what's the difference here? What's the growth? Almost $25,000. That comes out to 4%. So this is showing how much the policy is growing by year over year. If someone says, what did my money grow by last year? And I'd like to see it in percentages, that's where the annual growth rate helps. So if we want to see the average, that's a bit different. And this will be on the illustration if I elect to put it there. It's an optional report I have to select. We've also got our own formula, which is pretty cool. Here we go. There's our average internal rate of return. So what we'll do here, paste them, very nice. And there we go. So we've got to update this one, the 2 on the right. Let's do that real quick. And again, if you're looking at the IRR on an illustration, make sure you've got it on the detailed illustration as well, because what we've got here is just a formula so we can do it quickly, but at the same time, I want to make sure that it's from the insurance company on their literature and such, that's just, it's compliant and it's accurate. Because if I'm you looking at this, it's great to have the numbers laid out side by side, but at the same time, how do I know they're right? Because the IRR formula is not an easy formula. Well, how you know is by looking at it on the life insurance company's illustration. That's if you're a technical person. There we go. Now we've got the annual and average internal rate of return with the 3 different options. If you said, hey, I'd prefer to look at this in dollars so I can see my total gain, well, then what I would do, or what we would do when we're working with you, is this. Annual CV growth, total CV gain. Dollars cleared first. Annual, oops, not that, equals our cash value minus our first year payment, then year 2, cash value year 2 minus year 1 minus the year 2 payment, and then you can do the same thing each year. So by year 3, you've got a gain. Let me go back to the IRR. Look at this. What was the gain in year 3? 0.03%, which is $77. What this is showing is how much I got from the insurance company. So check this out. In year 2, you had 228. You paid in 100. If you earned 0%, it would be 228, but it's 288,305. Not much of a difference. However, it's a $77 difference. That's why we see that gain there, or we see the $77. That's the yearly growth. And then the gain is quite simple. We just take the cash value minus the total funding. This one I like. I like them both, but this allows me to see how much I paid in and simply what's my total gain. By year 20, I paid in $500, cash value is $930, $430,000 gain. And this does not even account for the IRR or growth on death benefit. Remember, the death benefit's paid out income tax free. A lot of stuff going on here. Purpose is just to help someone see exactly what's going on in terms of their policy, both from a percentage standpoint and also a dollar standpoint. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let us know if you did. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below. And as always, I hope this helps. Thanks so much. Hey guys, Steve here with IBC Global. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you're interested in a whole life insurance policy and you'd like to work with our company in setting it up, please visit our website, ibcglobalinc.com. We would love to work with you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, I hope this helps.